next method then. Next is determine the Thevenin's equivalent circuit between the terminals A, B for the circuit. See, in this case there is only a dependent source, there is no independent source. That means what we have to do is we have to connect either an 1 amp voltage source or 1 amp current source or 1 amp 1 volt voltage source at the load terminals here. So now first case I'll assume that I'll consider a current 1 amp current source there. So if I'm going to apply an 1 amp current source is going to be connected. See, this circuit is consisting of only dependent sources. If it consists of only dependent sources, then what you have to do is you have to connect a 1 amp current source there. So by connecting an 1 amp current source, apply the KCL at your node VA. Incoming current is going to be I, that is 1, is equivalent to outgoing current is going to be I plus I1. So what is I? If I am going to apply my nodal analysis, I is nothing but VA minus, if I am going to take this as a reference voltage here, VB. This is going to be a ground terminal, so it is VA by 10 plus VA minus, the voltage here is going to be minus 2I divided by 5. So here I is equivalent to VA by 10. So now what we are going to do is substituting a second equation, that is your equation 2 in equation 1. Your I is equivalent to VA by 10 because here I is another term there. So now I should find out that I is nothing but VA by 10. Substitute here. Simplify it, you will be getting the node voltage VA. VA is nothing but the terminal voltage at this point. So in that case, RTH is equal to VA by ISC. So ISC is nothing but the current is here 1 amps. So VA by your ISC is going to be 1 amps, 50 by 13 by 1. So we get RTH is equal to 50 by 13 ohms. So here next is determine the Thevenin's equivalent circuit between the terminals AB for the circuit. Now we are seeing that we have only a dependent source. So in this case either we can connect an 1 volt voltage source or an 1 amp current source there. So if I am going to connect an 1 volt voltage source, your RT is equivalent to 1 by I ohms there. So now what we are going to do is we are going to apply your KCL at node VA. So KCL at node VA is equivalent to I is equivalent to I1 plus half into Vx. So here I1 is nothing but the voltage at that point is going to be Vx. If I am going to assume it is Vx by 4 plus 0.5 Vx. So in this case if I am going to consider Vx is nothing but the voltage at this point, that is 1 volt. So Vx is equivalent to 1 volt means here I is equivalent to 0.75 amps. Now RTH is nothing but 1 by I. 1 by I is 1 by 0.75, that is 1.33. So either I can connect an 1 volt voltage source or an 1 amp current source. So if I am going to connect an 1 amp current source, in this case your equation, if I am going to write, the incoming current is equivalent to 1, outgoing current is I1 plus half Vx. So 1 is equivalent to Vx by 4 plus half into Vx, that is nothing but 3 Vx by 4. So what is Vx from this? It is 4 by 3 volts. So what is RTH? VTH by ISC. ISC is what? 1 amps. So it is 1.33 divided by 1. It is 1.33 ohms. So next is find V0 using Thevenin's theorem. Assume W is equal to 1, the angular frequency. So here in this case your voltage source is going to be 10 cos t minus 45. That means your voltage source is going to be 10 phase angle minus 45. And similarly your source is going to be 5 sin t plus 30 means 5. So t plus 30 I can write it as cos of t minus 60. So here in this case it is going to be 5 phase angle minus 60. And your inductance is going to be replaced by j omega L. So L is nothing but 1 henries. So it is j into 1, omega is going to be 1. So that means j1 ohms. Next is capacitance is 1 by j omega c. So j is going to 1, omega is going to be 1, c is going to be 1 farad. So it is minus j. So replace that inductance by j and capacitance by minus j. So now we have to find out VTH. So load impedance is going to be your AB terminal, that is minus j. Remove it. Find out what is going to be the voltage across that. So voltage across that is, suppose I am going to assume that this is the current I1. So in that case what we are going to write is your plus minus. If I am going to have here current is entering like this, this is minus. If I consider one side of the loop, it is going to be your VTH. So plus to minus is going to be minus I1 into 3 So here in this case plus 2 minus is going to be minus 10 face angle minus 45 is equal to 0. So from this we can find out what is I1. So I1 is equal to VTH minus 10 face angle minus 45 divided by 3. So here in this case I2 is equal to VTH minus 5 face angle minus 60 divided by J. So if I simplify this equation, we are going to get your VTH is equivalent to your 10 face angle minus 45 is equal to minus 15 face angle by minus 3. So simplify it, you will be getting this by VTH voltage there. Next is to find out your ZTH if there is going to be a current voltage source short circuited. So here we have voltage source short circuiting it. That means 3 and J1 are going to be in parallel. Find out the equivalent impedance 3 into J1 divided by 3 plus J. So that is equivalent to ZTH is equal to 0.948 phase angle 71.56 ohms. So now we have to find out what is going to be the V0, that is your current that is going to flow through minus J1. So that is nothing but your VTH divided by ZTH. So here in this case, this is your I0 current. So your I0 current is equal to VTH by your ZTH minus J1. So here you are going to have it substituted, simplify it, you will get your I0 to be 15.73 phase angle 24.79. So what is your V0? If I want to find out my V0, V0 is equal to I0 into minus J1. So here they have asked this, so that is why they have done I0 is nothing but your VTH divided by your ZTH minus J1. So that is what they have done here. This is V0 only. So V0 is nothing but your I0 into minus J1. So I0 is VTH by ZTH minus J1 into minus J1. So if I multiply it, simplify, you will be getting this equation. So this is your V0 value there.